The dairy industry in Pakistan faces a critical juncture. We often find ourselves operating in isolation, each stakeholder focused solely on their own immediate interests. This lack of unity weakens our collective position. We become vulnerable to external pressures and internal inefficiencies. Collaboration is not just an option, it's a necessity. By working together, we can amplify our strengths and overcome shared challenges. We can create a more resilient and prosperous dairy sector for all. This unity starts with acknowledging our interconnectedness. Farmers, processors, distributors, and retailers are all links in the same chain. When one link weakens, the entire chain is at risk. It's time to move beyond self-interest and embrace a shared vision for a stronger, more sustainable Pakistani dairy industry. Let's remember, united we stand, divided we fall. There's a misconception that targeting large multinational corporations will magically solve the problems of the Pakistani dairy sector. While holding these corporations accountable is important, focusing solely on them is a distraction. It prevents us from addressing the deeper systemic issues within our own industry. Instead of solely blaming external forces, we need to look inwards. We must strengthen our own local businesses, improve infrastructure, and create a level playing field. This includes fostering fair competition, promoting transparency, and ensuring equitable access to resources. Blaming giants might offer a convenient scapegoat, but it won't build a sustainable future for Pakistani dairy. Real progress requires a multifaceted approach that empowers local actors and fosters genuine collaboration. We've all heard the promises, grand visions of a thriving dairy sector overflowing with milk and prosperity. But slogans without action are just empty words. True change requires concrete steps and tangible solutions. We need to move beyond rhetoric and focus on practical measures that deliver real results. This means investing in farmer education and training programs. It means improving infrastructure for storage, processing, and distribution. It means creating policies that support local businesses and ensure fair market practices. Let's hold ourselves and our leaders accountable for turning words into action. The future of Pakistani dairy depends on it. Section 4, A Market Unbound. Challenges for farmers and SMEs. In an unregulated market, the scales are often tipped against the small and vulnerable. Our farmers, the backbone of the dairy industry, struggle to receive fair prices for their milk. Small and medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs, find it difficult to compete with larger players who can leverage economies of scale. This lack of regulation creates instability and undermines the entire sector. It discourages investment, stifles innovation, and perpetuates a cycle of poverty and exploitation. We need a regulatory framework that protects the interests of all stakeholders, particularly those who are most vulnerable. A fair market is a prosperous market. It's time to establish clear rules of the game that ensure a level playing field and promote sustainable growth for everyone. Section 5, Echoes of the Past, Lessons from Pakistani Dairy. The history of Pakistan's dairy industry is filled with valuable lessons. We've seen both successes and failures, periods of growth and times of stagnation. It's crucial to learn from these experiences, to understand what worked and what didn't. For example, the establishment of cooperatives in the past demonstrated the power of collective action. These initiatives empowered farmers, improved their bargaining power, and helped stabilize the market. We need to revisit these models and adapt them to the current context. The past holds valuable insights for building a better future. By studying our history, we can avoid repeating mistakes and rediscover successful strategies for a thriving dairy sector.